Hello, this is a demonstration of how to import and export your Canvas course content. I'll start with import. To do that, you're going to start in the course where you want to import, bring in the material. Scroll down to Settings, and then on the right you will click Import Course Content. For content type, select Copy a Canvas course, and then it will show you courses where you are enrolled as an instructor. You can either import all content or select specific content, and I'll show you that because it's more detailed. Under Options, you can adjust the events and due dates. You can remove the dates entirely, in which case you would then go into your assignments, your discussion boards, your quizzes, and you would manually include the due dates you would like. Or you can click Shift Due Dates, and it gives you options here. For example, this course was a summer course. It started in July. I'm going to change that start date to January. And then for your end date, let's say the course ended in August. And so I'm going to change that end date. If it starts in January, we'll have it end in May. So what this will do is just shift from that summer semester of about not even a month to the spring semester of January to May. And then you can substitute, for example, my assignments that were always due on a Monday. This way I'll tell Canvas, make those always due on a Tuesday. Now, if you choose this option, I do recommend that you double check that the assignment's due dates align to what you write in your syllabus. When everything looks correct, hit import. And then here it says waiting for selection because we get to select the content because we didn't want to import everything. So anything you want to choose, you change this arrow, click on it, and then it'll show you what you can import if you would like. When you make your selections, then you hit select content, and then it's queued. Once the content is completed, if there's any issues, you can click on it, and it looks like this wiki page, it doesn't have a missing link. So you could go in and click on that, find the link. Notice there's no links here, so I would have to include that link again. But otherwise, your materials should be imported correctly into your course. Now you also have the option of exporting your course content. Export is something you would use if you're not teaching in a semester or if you just want to keep a copy of your course on your desktop or you want to share it with a colleague. To export, you would start in the course where you are copying, so you're exporting, you're taking that material from. You'll scroll down and click Settings, and then on the right, click Export Course Content. So you can export a course or a quiz. We'll export the entire quiz. To export the quiz, go ahead and click Create Export, and it will process. I didn't have a lot to export, so it shouldn't take too long, but you will get an email when the export is complete. So our content has been exported. So you see right now we have the one from 15 minutes ago. If it doesn't show up, obviously it was a minute ago, you can refresh your screen. And there's our new export from less than a minute. So you'll click on it and it will download. Once it downloads, I recommend you click the arrow and show it in Finder. I also recommend changing your file type. So just hit rename and change the extension to a zip file. This will make it easier to access. It will compress it into one file and then it's more compatible with Canvas, Blackboard, able to share it with your colleagues. You'll get a warning, go ahead and say use zip. So now you have a zip file of your course, and this would be an example. You could import that zip file. You just go back to settings, click import course content, and your content, you want to unzip that file into a folder and it would appear in your course. That's importing and exporting. I hope it is useful, and that way you can reuse and repurpose your Canvas content.